Hi traders, welcome back to another trade recap video. So I literally just closed out a pound yen short position for about 4.1R. As you all can see, I took a loss on gold earlier, lost about 4.3. Then second trade was a pound yen short, closed for about 16,000 net of the day, for about 11,000. So let's go to the chart and let's have a look at the setup. Let's talk about the gold position that I lost earlier. So earlier I was actually anticipating some sort of pullback on gold, and I actually took a short position somewhere around, if I'm not mistaken, let me see the price action, 59. I was actually anticipating some sort of a mean reversion setup on gold as I saw the clear bear flag here, but it wasn't a very ideal setup. As I always tell in my community, in my group, I say that this kind of setup is not the best, especially when we have a conflict in short-term direction. We have some massive strength here followed by massive sell-off. At the same time, if you go up to the 4-hour time frame, you can actually see we're in a wider range. So in this kind of situation, it's not actually the perfect to trade, but I decided to pull the trigger as I noticed there was quite some failure, and the setup was actually a very small one. I was aiming for about 1 to 1.5, coming back to fill up some of these levels here. And yeah, took a loss on this one, lost about 4,000. But let's move on to pound yen, which was the winning setup, followed by having a pound yen short. If you drop down to the 2-minute, so let's go up to the 1 hour. It was actually based on the high time frames. Everything's super overstretched. Although, again, in my premium community, I've told my students, my members, that avoid going short on pound yen, especially if you are looking for a home run setup or bigger target. Don't try to short in this kind of market condition. The main reason why I went short was because first thing, I have multiple confirmations. Second thing, price was reasonably overstretched. Third thing, I was aiming for a small target. So this was only a good setup because I was trading the lower time frames, the 2-minute chart. So drop down to 2-minute, you can actually see what happened here. We have a solid failure around 175.47. As you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 multiple failures around that 175.46, which means we are facing more sellers in the market in the short term. Again, all these assumptions, these theses are based on the short term, the intraday perspective. So we have multiple failures here, rollover, a massive breakout. Every time when price does this kind of breakout, all the scalpers who trade the 1 to 2-minute chart or 5-minute chart, they'll start jumping onto the buys, and that's the worst thing you want to do, because you're not actually understanding the price behavior, what price was really trying to do at that specific period. So as price pumped up, come all the way back down, come back to the breakout zone. This is what I refer to the breakout zone here. We have a breakout above 175.60, come all the way back, and look at what happened after price come all the way back. We have multiple failures here. We have a slowdown. My entry was actually right here after seeing that price wasn't able to even close back above the intermediate high. That's why I decided to take a short, go back to the 15-minute, held the position. As price started to plummet, my bottom line, or what I refer to a defense line, is price must stay under 175.45, and that was exactly what the market did. Massive sell-off, minor pullback, still well under that 175.46. The high of the candle was 175.41, so we were still 5 to 6 pips under the structure that I wanted to observe. Then it sort of just collapsed all the way into my target. So it was a beautiful mean reversion setup. Why did I set my target there? Was because I was concerned about some of these rejection point or swing low point, and I'm happy to close the position. And if I see more weakness, I might look for a re-entry. But usually after I have this kind of beautiful clean setup, I'll call it a day and I'll come back the next day. So that's it for the trade recap on both losing trade on gold, but a quick recovery on pound yen mean reversion setup. So I'll talk to you all next time. If you like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye bye.